First, I am Buddhi Sagar Adhikari, English teacher of Sri Santi Secondary School, Rupa Rural Municipality 5. I have been teaching English for nearly 20 years. And Mahendra sir and teacher sir informed me all in morning that I'm expected to take one English class today. Actually, I was a bit busy these days. You can find it out through my bald head. Actually, I have lost my father-in-law, and I'm just attending my brothers-in-laws there. So I just returned home at around 5 p.m. and just made a slight preparation to take this class. And while preparing these slides and this my lesson, my son, Mr. Physics Adhikari, a student of class 8, studies in class 8 in Gogan Secondary School, and he helped me. He's my technical helper today. Not only today, he's my helper every day. And let me start our lesson. Our lesson today is English-2078. I'm going to take one class of grammar, and in that we are going to study reported speech. Reported speech is a new term for us. हाम्रो बाबु नानीहरुले अथवा हामी नेपालका शिक्षकहरुले नेपालीमा जे व्याकरणका टर्म्सहरु पढाइन्छ इंग्लिशमा पनि त्यही नै पढाइन्छ। जस्तो यो भन्दा अगाडि रेखा म्यामले भोइस पढाउनु भएको थियो, त्यसलाई वाच्य भनेर हामी नेपालीमा पनि पढ्छौं। अनि इंग्लिशमा भएको रिपोर्टेड स्पीच नेपालीमा चाहिँ त्यति धेरै यो पढाइदैन, किनभने हामीलाई यो अटोमेटिकली आउँछ। मम्मीले बाबु बाबाले भात खान बोलाउ त भने तिमीलाई भन्नुभयो भने तिमी गएर सोचे बाबा भात खान आउनु रे मम्मीले बोलाउनु भयो भन्छ, त्यहाँ रिपोर्ट तिम्रो मम्मीको वर्ड्सहरु रिपोर्ट भइसक्यो। त्यहाँ कसरी भयो, रुल के लाग्यो, वी डोन्ट नो, because we have been using that ever since we were born. But in English it is a bit new, a bit troublesome, so some students may find some difficulties here. So let me start. So in English, how many kinds of some students, I think you can ask me any question if you have. Either the students can unmute themselves or not. No?
We can, sir.
Oh, you can. Then it's very good. If you have any problem, you can ask me anytime. You can just unmute yourself, but once, one at a time. You can see one example in your screen. Don't show the answer. Wait. Look here. Always please read this sentence. My father said to me, "You are a very good child." These kinds of sentences are in direct speech. I have given you some examples first, and we'll go to the rules later on. So you can see some words which are not in black. Said to you and are, they are somehow different from others. This is direct speech. We have to change it into indirect speech. Can any one of you tell me what is its indirect speech?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please tell your answer.
Father told me that I am a very good child.
Father told me that I am a very good child. Do you want some correction there? Can you change करना पड़ सकता
Yes, sir, right.
I
आवाज हुन्छ
Yes,
was.
sir, I
About you are correct. To say to is changed into
Told.
told. Those comma and inverted comma, they are replaced by
That.
that. U is
That.
changed into
I.
I. R is changed into was.
Was.
Why are all these changes made? Do you know?
It is in reported form.
So in reported form, what should we change?
Ten.
We should change a lot of things. Should change a lot of things. First of all, we need to look at the.
Sir, can I
Yes.
say?
Yes, why not? Sure.
We change first person into the subject, second person into object, and in third person we does not change anything.
Very good. That is regarding changes in pronoun. First person pronouns, as you said, first person pronouns, they are changed according to subject. According to subject of the reporting verb. And then second person pronouns, they are changed according to object. And third person pronouns,
No
they are
change.
not
Change.
based on rule. Very good. 1, 2, 3 upon S1 or S1 upon 1, 2, 3. That doesn't make any difference. Very good. Let's go to the next example. The doctor said to the patient, drink 1 liter water every day. This sentence is also in direct speech. What is its indirect one?
The doctor said to the patient to drink 1 liter water every day.
One
Doctor
correction
suggests
which you
to
made.
drink 1 liter water every day.
The doctor
Suggests
Advice.
to drink 1 liter
Suggested
water.
to the patient to drink 1 liter water every day.
What do the doctors give us? Suggestion or
Or the advice.
advice? Very good.
Advice.
Oh, good. Advice. Doctors,
Sir,
yeah.
what is the difference between suggestion and advice?
Generally, actually, we don't have a hard and fast difference between advised and suggestion. Advised is generally polite, more polite suggestion. So what is its reported speech?
Doctor advises the patient to drink
Advised person.
Advise the patient to drink
Drink 1 liter water every day.
So,
1 liter
in the-
water every day.
now look at these two examples. In the first example, said to is changed into
told.
told. Here,
Told.
said to is changed into
Advice.
advised. Why is this said to not change into told here?
Doctor advice.
Doctor give advice to the patient. Advise the patient.
Yes. So whenever you have any confusion, either to use advised, suggested, commanded, ordered, requested, if you have confusion, what to use here? Then write, then use told. If you have confusion. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Told is universal in imperative sentences. My students, you are more than how many are there in my class?
116, sir.
More than 100, yeah, 116. If you have any problem regarding this explanation in English, you can request me to tell those to just simplify it in Nepali also. I expect my students, they understand English, or if you have any confusion, or if you want some explanation in Nepali also, I'm ready for that. But as we are taking English class, it's better to explain each and everything in English. What should you do?
Sir, it is better to explain all the things in English.
Yeah, very good. Do you all around 170 students? Do you all understand English, or you need some help? That is my question.
Sir, I think some very difficult word needs to be in Nepali, but most of the words can be expressed in English.
Very good. Here, as I'm not taking some, I'm not teaching you a story, poem, or something else. So I need not explain those things. Here we are just talking about some minor grammatical rules, some examples. I am not using difficult words here in my examples.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the example number 1,
Yeah.
there is, my father told me that I was a good child. So what if I am still a good child?
You are still a good child, no doubt. No doubt. I'll get you later on. You are still a good child, but you are not a child.
Sir, can I see the
anymore.
answer?
Let me explain this.
I think in there, there will be says instead of said to.
Yes, you are correct. If there is my father says to me, you are a very good child. My father tells me that I am a very good child.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I think net problem.
सर बुद्धि सर देखिनु भने क्या है
बुद्धि सर्भरमा लाइन गयो कि जस्तो लागेको छ 1 मिनेट
फोन गरिहाल्छ
अनि उहाँको चाहिँ टेक्निकली एरर आयो भने अनि हाम्रो रेखा मिस पनि हुनुहुन्छ सँगसँगै महेन्द्र सर पनि हुनुहुन्छ त्यहाँबाट कन्टिन्युज गरौँला है एकैछिन बुद्धि सरलाई वेट गरौँ है त अब झ्याप लाइन गयो कि जस्तो लागेको छ यो प्रविधिसँग काम गर्ने भन्दा यस्ता प्राविधिक त्रुटि त आइहाल्छन्
सरको डिस्कनेक्ट भएछ सर
डिस्कनेक्ट भएको छ
फोन लागेन भनेपछि म फोन गर्दै अब उसबाट गर्छु
ए सर आइपुग्नु भयो
ए ल
बत्ती गयो लाइन गयो कि नेट गयो एउटा प्रविधिले कता समस्या ल्यायो
I'm sorry.
My internet connection is very bad.
My internet connection was lost.
No, sir. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, you are. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead. Please leave that. Some more examples here. I'm going, one of you had asked me this question.
And keep on.
Sir.
We're getting there now. She says, I'm a little bit nervous. Roda Sangbo. Where are you from?
Hetoda, sir.
Yeah, you are from Haitona. Very good. Yeah, please. Can you tell me, or can you report the sentence into indirect one? Please try.
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. Then Abhishek Paudel.
Sir, can I?
Why not? Sure.
She says that she is a little bit nervous.
Very good. She says that. She says that she is a little bit nervous. Wait.
Sir, we can write like that. She tells that she is a little bit nervous.
No. I'll get there again. Well, if there is the reporting, look at the reporting verb. Look at the reporting verb. If the reporting verb consists of two, you can change it into tell. Says to, it changes into tell, but says remains says. If there is said to it changes into told, but says remains says. So as there was confusion in our
Sir.
first example, here is that confusion will be deleted here. This am is-
Sir,
yes, please.
sir, I was telling that she tells that.
Yeah.
Sir, I was telling like that. She tells that she is a little bit nervous. Tells, we can use tells instead of says.
In question.
Sir, while changing into indirect speech.
While
Tells.
changing indirect speech, says is not replaced by tells. To use
Sir?
tell, there must be object.
Sir, if there is says to me, so
Yeah, this time,
it
this
will
time.
be tells.
Yeah, very good. She says to me, I'm a bit nervous. She tells me, I'm a bit nervous. At that time, it works.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and
Excuse me, sir.
if anybody else has any problem, let us
If
discuss.
you don't mind, can you tell us the rules of reporting speech?
Yeah, I'll tell. I have a list. Don't worry. First of all, we'll talk about the examples. We'll talk about the examples, and then I have a list of
Excuse me,
rules.
sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah. Why not? Sure.
Rita said to Sam,
Rita said to Sam,
"Where did you go last night?"
where did you go last night? That is interrogative one. Here I'm talking about, first of all, I'm talking about a statement. After a statement, I'll talk about.
Oh, you are talking about that. The first one, assertive sentence.
Yeah, assertive sentence or a statement, and then imperative,
sir.
and then I have a list of interrogative ones also. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, I have one more question.
Why not? Sure, please.
Sir, what if we wrote there C states?
See.
S-T-A-T-E-S.
See,
States.
states. Yeah, that is not wrong. That is not wrong. That's correct. But that is not wrong. That's correct. But generally, the general rule says your answer is 100% correct. But what I'm doing here, or what we teachers generally do, is some brilliant students, they catch up many examples. Says equals states. Says equals states. That is 100% correct. But the confusion with most of the students of our country, or in some of the most of the students in class 10, if they are good in vocabulary, they can replace that with says with states. That is correct. But while teaching, while facilitating with students, we generally do not use many words there, right? Because brilliant students, they can catch many examples.
Yeah,
They
I'm
find it.
confused.
If you write the C states, that is correct. But while teaching this in class, if I use sometimes say, sometimes stay, sometimes this and that, then 90% of the students will be confused.
So there is no any question to use in our daily conversation.
Sorry?
So there will be no problem to use states
Yeah,
in our daily conversation.
no, there is no problem. We can do that.
Thank you, sir. Roga that.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Look here. The first part in the direct speech is called reporting speech. She says is reporting speech. And the things inside the inverted comma. The things inside the inverted comma, that is
Reporting
Reports.
speech.
the first part. Let us
Reporting.
in any sentence, there are two parts. What are they? What are the two parts?
Any sentence.
The two parts.
Sir, with the reporting verbs and with the main or auxiliary verbs.
Yeah. So there are two parts. Reporting verb. There is generally say or said to is used as reporting verb.
And reported speech.
And reported speech, where is that? Where do we find that reported speech?
In comma.
Yeah,
Double
inside the
Inverted comma.
very good. So we find reported speech inside the inverted comma, whereas we find reporting speech separated by
comma.
comma. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The second part of the sentence, which is closed in inverted commas or quotation marks, that's called reported speech.
Reported
Sometimes reported speech can be at the first and reporting speech can be at the second part also.
Yes, sir.
Now that doesn't make any difference. That's not a problem. Let's go ahead. Which is the reporting verb?
The verb of the reporting speech, that is either auxiliary verb or
Generally says or say to. Say is used generally. The verb of the reported speech is called reported verb, and reporting verb is the verb of the reporting speech. What about our speed? Shall I increase the speed of my lesson, or am I fast or slow to you? What do you think?
Sir,
neither
not too
fast nor
fast
slow,
and
sir.
not too slow.
Are you getting me?
Not slow.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
very well, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Here is one example, that one rule you have already said.
Sir, I think that is SON upon 1 through
Yeah,
3.
that is. So I'm just increasing my speed a bit. First person pronouns, they are of the reported speech, they are always changed according to the subject, and generally most of the times we find I, we, me, my, us, our. There are others also. There are other first person pronouns, myself, ourselves, mine, and others. Then also
Ours.
We
Our.
we use these. We find these most of the times.
Yes, sir.
The second person pronouns, they are you and yourselves. Yourself and yourselves also are second person pronoun.
Sir.
Third person pronoun, what are they?
He, she,
It, they, them, here.
Most of the times we use he, she, it, they, them, their, his, her. There are others also, himself, itself, themselves. There are others also, but what you should understand here is, first of all, find out the reporting verb, and And then look at the pronouns.
Yes, sir.
Look at the pronouns. These pronouns, either the reporting verb is in present tense or future tense or in past tense. These pronouns change each and every time. The tense of the reported speech may not change or does not change when the reporting verb is in present tense or future tense, non-past tense. Past and non-past. There are two tenses here. Let me explain you that. When the reporting verb is in past tense, there is change, a lot of change in the reported speech. Understood?
Yes, sir.
But if the reporting verb is in non-past tense, the tense of the reported speech is not changed. Pronouns and adverbs change. Pronouns and adverbs change, but tense of the sentence does not change. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall I go to the next slide then? Shall I go to the next slide?
okay, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
If the reporting speech is in present tense or future tense, then no change is required to be made in the verb of the reported speech. This verb could be in any tense, present, past, or future. That doesn't change. Here is he says. He say, when you find he says here, it is non-past. So this am is in
Also
present.
including M.
Yeah.
Reported verb.
Yeah, am is reported verb, but it does not change into past tense. Yeah, please, one of you, please change it into report this sentence. It says, I mean,
He says that he is ill.
He says that
Well,
he is
He
ill.
he says that
He is ill.
He is ill.
very good. Very good. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. He says that he is ill. Yeah. Don't be confused. Don't write he am ill. Some students may find, we find some of the students writing he am ill, but you do not write that. Next one. Next one. Please tell me the answer.
She says that she sang a song.
sang a song.
She says she sang a
He sang a song.
song.
Sang a song.
She says
that she sing a
she,
No, sir. Sang a song.
very good. She sang a song. She says that
song.
she sang a song. Next one. You say, I shall visit London.
You
You
say
say
that
You said
you
that
shall
You
visit
shall
London.
visit London.
that you shall visit London.
you said that you will visit
Will visit
London.
London.
Generally, shall is used with I and we. Generally, shall is used with I and
we.
we. So with you, it's better to use
Will.
Yes, sir. A lot of time we get confused because when we were at 5 or 6, in the beginning of concept of that reported speech,
yeah.
so our teacher said that will and shall is not too much compulsory to give prioritize or emphasize. So many students can get confused in this. So do I.
So if you have any confusion, don't run after shall. Think it shall. Nepali shall. Leave that. Leave that shall. Follow will. Leave that shall. Shall. Yeah, we cannot say shall. We cannot catch it. So leave that. If you have any confusion, leave the shall. Dog will do
Yes,
that.
sir.
Dog will catch the shall. Yeah. So we'll just use will here. Let's go. So 10 cents.
She said that they said that
They said that they
take
took
exercise every day.
exercise every day.
That they took exercise every day.
Next one. Present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is changed into
Past
Past
continuous.
continuous tense.
past continuous tense. So, while reading these examples, I think you got a note. Yeah, you noticed something. The main thing I want to teach you is, that I wanted to teach you is, first of all, look at the reporting verb. If the reporting verb is in past or past tense, you have to change the tense of the reported speech. But if the reporting verb is in non-past, please don't change the tense of the
Reporting
speech. Reported speech. So now you can generalize a rule. Simple present changes into
Simple past.
simple past.
present continuous change into
Continuous.
Past continuous tense.
present perfect changes into
Past perfect tense.
present perfect continuous changes into
Past perfect continuous tense.
past perfect continuous
Continuous.
change. Then what about simple past?
Simple past change into past
Perfect.
perfect tense.
Absolutely correct. Simple past changes into
Change into past perfect.
past perfect. Past perfect changes into
No
Past
change.
perfect
No
continuous
change.
tense.
no change. No change. Very good. Very good. Past continuous changes into
No change.
No change.
Past perfect.
Past perfect continuous.
who said
No change होला नि.
Sir,
past continuous
Past
is changed
perfect.
into
past perfect continuous.
No change.
No change.
past. There is still confusion.
The past never change.
No, simple past changes into past perfect, past changed, past continuous changes into
Past perfect
Past
continuous.
perfect.
Perfect
Past
continuous.
perfect continuous.
past perfect
Continuous.
continuous.
Tense.
Simple past into past perfect, past continuous into past perfect continuous tense.
Perfect
Other
continuous tense.
tenses do not change.
Other will not be changed.
Others no change.
It mean
Yes.
Now I think you already understood it, so we don't need to read these examples, or do we need to read them? You are correct. You are already correct. You already told my answers. You saved my time by telling the answers. So let's go ahead. Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir, we
Excuse
can.
me, sir.
Yes, please. Your
Sir,
experience.
isn't they take exercise every day? It is a habitual activity.
Yes.
So in a habitual activity, isn't there must be take instead of to?
If there is habitual activity, then
Yeah,
the tense will be in simple present.
Yeah, habitual action, they are written in simple present. They are written in simple present. We generally teach and tell you that while we teach you tenses. Understood? Yeah, they take exercise every day. Here they took exercise every day. Here you just wanted to make me clear about this first example. They said they take exercise every day. They said that they took exercise every day. So in the past also they could take exercise. It is we are talking about the reported. Here we are just talking about the reporting verb. Reporting verb. Here is said. I just wanted to make you clear about this reporting verb. This they take exercise every day. Maybe this maybe habitual action, or every day when we find the adverb every day in any sentence, we write that sentence in simple present tense. Yes, we can write they take exercise every day also, but they are talking about somebody else. They said we take exercise every day. If they said
Yes,
we
sir.
take exercise every day, it would be their habit. But they are talking about somebody else's habit. We can change it into they took also. We can change it into they took also. We are not, I just did not think about action, their habitual action here. I just wrote a sentence because I'm just going to make you clear about the adverbs also later on in the next coming examples. I have written yesterday, tomorrow, and other adverbs. So I just used everyday here. It would have been better if I had not used everyday in this sentence. I'm sorry for that. It got confused. Yeah, I'm just going to make you clear about the adverbs in the other upcoming examples. So I should have not used this everyday here. Let me make the correction here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem, sir.
Yeah. Then I think this is good. Then there is no confusion this time, yeah? So let me go to the next slide. Present perfect continuous changes into
Past
Past
perfect
perfect
continuous.
Please tell me its answer.
They said that
They
They
said
said that they have been taking exercise this morning.
Correct. Any explanation needed?
No,
sir.
No. Past indefinite or simple past is changed into past perfect.
perfect.
Past perfect.
Here is your question.
They said they had taken exercise.
They
They
said
said that
that
they had
exercise.
This time I have deleted it every day there. What is this? Wait. Yeah. I'm in class. I'll do that later on. This time we don't have that problem. They took exercise daily, or I have not written any adverb there. So what is it? Before the speech,
They said that they
they had taken.
Two.
Exercise. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we go to the next one? Past continuous change is changed into
Past perfect
Ah.
continuous tense.
Past continuous tense is changed into past perfect continuous tense. Example? Babu, please go to the shop and bring 2 kilograms of grams. यहाँ त चना लिएर आउँछु पसलमा गएर 2 किलो सुन्दैन गर त क्विक So they said they were taking exercise. I'm sorry, I just wanted to send my son to us grocery. Please, quick, hurry up. Please.
They said that they had
They
been
said that they have been taking exercise.
Exercise.
They said that they had been taking
Exercise.
You are correct. I am going to next slide. So then no changes are required to be made into past perfect and past perfect continuous changes. They are already in the past. So we don't need to change anymore. There is no space to push them back. Generally in reporting, we push the sentence one step back into the past. They are already in the last bench. How can we push them back? There is no space. Understood? There is no space for that. Get these 2 examples. Oh, wait. Now in future tense. In future tense, what do we have? Can you tell me the structure of simple future tense? Any one of you?
Subject plus will start plus one plus object.
Plus B1. Subject plus will plus B1. Yeah, if you have confusion, you can leave that shall out. Subject plus will plus B1. So what is will?
We shall.
No. What is will? I said. Will.
It is an auxiliary verb.
Good. Will is an auxiliary verb or a modal verb. When we have a modal verb in a sentence or an auxiliary verb in a sentence, that is the finite verb. It ends the sentence. So whenever you have those modal verbs in your sentence, change them into their respective past tense, then you don't need to change anything else regarding the tense. So in future tense, you find will or shall. At least you find one of them. If you change that will into would or shall into should, that's enough. You don't need to change anything else. Look at the example. They say they'll take exercise.
They said that they would take exercise.
They would take exercise. Finished. Will is changed into would.
Would only that much.
Now, summary. When the reporting verb is in past tense, we need to change according to this. This should summarize our lesson up to here. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Present simple to present past simple, present continuous to past continuous, past simple to past perfect, perfect.
Simply B1 changes into B2. Let me summarize it.
Sir,
B1 changes into B2.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
What do you mean by bare infinitive?
Infinitive means B1 form. Bare infinitive means B1 form.
What do you mean by bare?
Bare means no, there is no B5. There is no B5, no yes in the sentence in the verb.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
There is no yes. If there is yes, that is B5. Singular. Bare infinitive means plural verb. Plural form of the verb. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The very simple thing. The very simple thing is that when the reporting verb is in past tense, while changing the tense, look at the B1. B1 changes into
B2.
B1 changes into B2. B2 changes into add plus B3. Finished. B1 changes into B2. B2 changes into add plus
B3.
all the necessary changes are automatically made. If you notice only that one. It is already discussed. I think we can skip it. It's a photograph from one of your grammar books. I have taken a photograph from one of your grammar book and inserted it here. So learn the following chart. Reported speech of statement. Statement is either statement contains said or said to, and that said is changed or that is written said. If there is said to, we write told. Linking word, that is that for the statements. Assertive sentence statement. Request or imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. In imperative sentences, we can write a lot of reporting verbs. Understood? We can write told, we can write asked, we can write if you find please in your imperative sentence, you should write asked.
So when we wish someone in the direct speech and what?
Sorry? I got lost. I could not get you. Please, or repeat your question.
So as like in the direct speech, we
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. No, I'm not. Is it Prasna? Who is speaking this time? Who is
No, sir,
speaking?
I think the network connection is too poor.
Whose connection is poor? This time who was speaking? I did not hear you. I'm sorry for that.
Not me.
You were asking me?
No.
Who was speaking? I did not get. I did not understand the question because of poor internet connection. Either it was my problem or my problem or the student's problem. I'm confused.
Sir, I
No,
think
sir,
the student
I also can't able to listen that.
Did you hear? Had you heard at the time?
no.
No.
No, sir.
Please repeat your question. Who are you? Or you repeat the question. You ask the questions after some times when your internet is stable. So I'm just, let me explain this chart once again. Let me explain it in short. There are generally 5 kinds of sentences in English. There are assertive sentences. They can be positive or negative. There are exclamative sentences, interrogative, exclamatory, and optative. There are 5. Generally up to class 10, which is imperative sentences, assertive sentence, and interrogative. We just introduce exclamatory and optative. We introduce, but do not do much practice regarding those 2. We introduce. We don't leave them aloof. We introduce them, but we do not separate much time for them. Only 5% of the total time of teaching reported speech they may get. 5 or 10. 30% is time for assertive, 30% is for imperative. More than 30% is to interrogative, because we have 2 kinds of interrogative, yes, no, and WH, and they are more important. We use them, or they are used in our daily life most of the time. Exclamatory and optative sentences are also used, but they are rarely used. So imperative sentences, they are linked with here reported Bob. Reporting Bob said or said to be changed into asked, told, ordered, commanded, requested, suggested, advised, or something like that, according to the speaker and listener, who the speaker is and who the listener is. Understood? Generally, if we have any confusion, we can write. What can we write?
Instead of what?
Instead of asked, requested, told, ordered, commanded, suggested, ordered, advised, instead of them, what do we write?
Told.
Told. Very good. If we have confusion, if we are sure this is a request, we can write requested or asked.
Yes.
If we are sure it's an order, we can write ordered. The commander ordered the cadet. That can be a command. Understood? But generally, teachers do not command their students. They do not order their students. We just generally tell. We just tell you. We just suggest you. We just forbid you, or we just warn you. We can write warned also, forbid also. Understood? You can write warned also, forbid also, but you need to be clear about the context. So for yes, no question, interrogative one, what do we use?
Asked, question, inquired.
Asked. The universal word is asked, inquired, question, wanted to know, yeah, like that. we can have other multiple words also, but what is universal?
Ask.
Ask universal word. So for yes no question also and for WS question also, asked is universal, but you can write others as well, which mean asked. Understood? Whose word meaning is equal to asked. So yes no questions, they are linked with, they are joined with
if whether
if or whether, whereas WS questions they are joined with
WHO.
WH word.
word.
In the very beginning of my class, one of you asked me a question which contained WH word. Do you remember who asked that? Do you remember a question? And I told you to wait. I am not sure about who the boy was, but I had not answered him at that time. I think it is a suitable time to answer him. If you have remembered your question, please ask me, or if you have got your answer, it's over. So you forgot. I forgot the question. You forgot the question. Shall we go ahead? So let's go ahead to the next one. Simple. The summary, the shortcut. B1 or B5, they change into
V2.
V2.
is MR change into was. That is also already finished. Understood? Has have changed into had finished. Has have B1 B5. Is MR B1 B5. They are already changed into V2. The V2 of has and have is had. You don't need that also. The first and fourth. First and fourth. And the fifth one. Only these are new. Or not new, these are necessary. If you remember these three, first, fourth, and fifth. B1 or B1 and B5, they change into B2. B2 change into and plus B3. Most changes into had to. Clear? B1, B2, sorry, B1, B5, they change into B2. B2 changes into had plus B3, had to. Will, shall, can, may, their respective past form, their respective B2 would, could, should, and might. Others, no change. Others, no change. Yes, yes, please.
Both of will and shall.
Sorry, will and be changed into would. Both can be changed into would. But if the subject is I and we can change that shall into should also. But if you change it into would, that also does not make any mistake. But generally, we need to use will and shall according to the subject. It is better not to use shall with second and third person. If you use shall with second and third person, that is obligation. You'll read that in class 11 and 12. That is obligation. You shall do this. Means at any rate you have to do that. You shall, he shall die. If he does not do this, he shall die. That's a threaten. To threaten somebody, we may use that. Understood? Shall can be used in other ways also. So better use will. Shall has another meaning as well. Obligation. If you use shall in your sentence, it indicates obligation also. You shall do this. You shall do this. If somebody says, you shall do this. Oh, means you should do that at any rate. That's the difference between will and shall. Do you get something?
Yes, sir.
Shall I go ahead?
Okay, sir.
Listen.
What is new to this?
This is direct speech and
This
indirect speech.
adverbials. Adverbial changes are made in this way. Now and just they are changed into then. Today is changed into
That day.
yesterday is changed into
The day before the
Before
previous
the
day.
before or the previous day.
previous day.
Tomorrow is changed into
The next
The
day,
next
the
day,
following
the following day.
in the same way here.
Yeah.
Ends
that
night.
ago.
before
Next week.
the
Following
Following week.
Yesterday morning.
previous morning.
Morning.
Last week.
The week
before the previous week.
Yeah, in the same way, the day before yesterday.
days
Before.
Us.
So
So these are adverbial changes that you should make in your sentence. Are you clear?
yes, sir.
And I think it is not new to you because you have been studying reported speech from class 5 or 6 onwards. Class 6 onwards.
Yes.
So you are introduced to some of the words in class 6 also. Let's go ahead then to the next slide. This one is already finished. Imperative sentences. I have already given you the summary of whole imperative, assertive, and interrogative ones. Now these are some examples only. Already discussed. Did you have a glance at this slide?
No, sir.
Did you read this or not? If you read it once,
Yes,
enough.
I have read.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead.
I think it is better to go ahead.
I think it's also finished. Look at the last one.
So,
Yes.
please explain how we use forward and its uses.
Forward is you are not allowed to. There is not. It is negative. It is negative word.
Yes.
When you see forward in any sentence, it is in negative form. He said to me not to
Okay,
smoke. He forbade me to smoke. He told me not to smoke is also correct. It is not to smoke. It is a bit wrong here. He said to me, don't smoke. It should be. Understood?
Yes, sir.
It should happen like this. So when you see forward in your sentence, then you should understand that you are not allowed to do the thing that is mentioned in your sentence. Is this clear? Let's go ahead then. This is regarding questions, WS questions. Basic rule. If you have WS word in your sentence, in your question sentence, write those WS words. Replace question mark with full stop. Change the question sentence. Question sentences into simple imperative, assertive sentences.
Yes, sir.
Reported speech should be like assertive sentence. I think we are allotted time of 1 hour, and my 1 hour is finished. Still, many slides are left. I could not complete them in time, or I have made. Actually, this speech is a long topic to discuss in one day.
Yes, sir.
We just entered into the field, but could not finish it because it is a long topic to finish within 1 hour in our online class, because there are many rules. I am not even finished the rules, let alone the exercise. Yes, I just want to show you my other slides which I have prepared for you. These are slides regarding examples of exclamatory sentences. This one is about optative sentence. And I had one exercise from one of your grammar book. I had taken a photograph from there, and I wanted you to write them as your classwork. And I had answers to those questions as well. I had ready answers to those questions as well. And I was going to thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, may we have the previous slide
Which
of
one?
our assignment?
Yeah, why not? Sure. You can do it and text it to me.
Sir, not this one that you translated this
Sorry?
in Word.
This one. You can please take
Next
it.
one.
Please take a screenshot of this one. It may help you.
We have taken it, but next one we haven't taken this
Answer.
screenshot, sir.
I'll not show you the answers. You have to submit it, and I'll show you that later on.
This is answer, sir.
If I show
Oh,
you,
sir, that was the answer.
yeah, the slides next to
That was
this.
question.
This is question. The slides next to this, 2 slides which follow this one, they are answers. They are answers, and actually I was going to make you do these questions as a classwork, and then within some minutes you could have finished it. But yeah, the time it doesn't wait us. If I get next period or next lesson, next day, next week, we'll do this, or somebody else may take your class, or you can text me or these answers to personally to me. Yeah, did you get my name, Buddhi Sagar Adhikari?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can text them to
Yes,
me.
sir.
You can send those answers to me. If you have any problem regarding any of these questions, you can ask me.
Yes, sir.
I've been teaching English for many years, and I teach up to class 12 here, and I have been teaching English up to class 12 for the last 12 years, and up to class 10 for more than that. Actually, my battery level is also getting low.
Okay, sir.
Wait, I have my charger here. Babu, look at the charger, either it is connected or not. Either is it connected or not, please look there. Great. Yes, I could not complete each and everything today, but I just gave you some idea, refreshed you. You had a lot of these things in your mind yourself earlier also. we just refreshed them. And if you think my class helped you, you can thank me as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah?
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
And you
Thank
can,
you, sir.
you can ask me.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you.